All right, so we're back for another deep dive.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, the buzz for this fourth IPL match is palpable already.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, Delhi Capitals taking on the Lucknow Super Giants. I mean, it's got all the ingredients for a real nail-biter, right?
It really does. And I think what makes this one particularly interesting is that it's not just about the two teams on the field.
Right.
It's the narratives, the storylines, the player history.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it than just, 11 versus 11.
For sure. And for those of you joining us, we're going deep into a recent report on this match, and we're gonna break down the key stuff. We'll look at the teams, the players, and try and figure out what we can expect. So consider this your sort of like pre-match analysis,
Right.
Cutting through the noise and getting you ready for the big game.
A bit of a cheat sheet, if you will, for this clash.
Exactly. Now, to really understand what's going on here, we have to look at the kind of unique dynamic between these two teams.
Right.
Because you've got Rishabh Pant, who's captaining Lucknow.
Well,
he was with Delhi last season. And then you have KL Rahul, who captained Lucknow last year, and now he's with the Delhi. Potentially. Yeah, his availability is still uncertain.
It is.
But it's a really interesting twist, don't you think?
It adds a whole extra layer of intrigue to the game, for sure.
It really does. And where's all this unfolding? Well, it's Visakhapatnam, Delhi's second home ground.
All right.
So should be an electric atmosphere. Now, the report we've been looking at sort of suggests that the main battle, the one to watch, will be between Lucknow's batting and Delhi's bowling.
Right. And I think that's where we should start our deep dives, because it begs the question, how do those strengths actually play out?
Absolutely. So let's start with Delhi Capitals. And the report really emphasizes how much they've strengthened their bowling attack.
Oh, they have.
It's pretty impressive on paper. You've got Mitchell Starc, Mohit Sharma, T. Natarajan, Mukesh Kumar, and Kuldeep Yadav.
I mean, that's a serious lineup.
It is.
That's a lot of variety and depth.
Yeah.
You've got pace, swing, spin, experience, youth, you name it.
So how do you see that playing out against a team like Lucknow?
Well, I think it gives them a lot of options, right? They can attack batsmen in different ways depending on the conditions, the match situation.
Yeah.
It's going to be really hard for Lucknow to get settled against that kind of attack.
Yeah, and the report predicts this is how the Delhi 11 will look. Jack Fraser-McGurk opening.
Okay.
Then Faf du Plessis.
Experienced campaigner.
Abhishek Parel. And then, of course, the big question mark, KL Rahul, maybe as wicketkeeper.
If he's fit.
If he's fit, exactly. Then you have Tristan Stubbs, Axar Patel as captain.
Good leader.
Ashutosh Sharma, Mitchell Starc, Kuldeep Yadav, Mukesh Kumar, and T. Natarajan.
Wow.
So what are your thoughts on that potential Delhi lineup?
Well, I think, the top order, if Rahul plays, you've got a lot of experience there. And then you've got some really exciting young players like McGurk and Stubbs who can score quickly. And then that bowling attack, as we've said, is really strong.
And they have some good options on the bench as well, right?
Right. They've got Samir Rizvi, Karun Nair, and Mohit Sharma as potential impact substitutes.
Yeah.
So they can change things up if they need to.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's really interesting to see how they've combined that sort of youthful energy with the experience of guys like du Plessis and potentially Rahul.
It's a good mix. It's a good mix.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about Lucknow Super Giants, because the report highlights a pretty big problem they might be facing.
Yeah.
They're missing two key bowlers, Mohsin Khan and Mayank Yadav, due to injuries.
Yeah, that's a blow.
It is a big blow.
Yeah.
How do you see that affecting them?
Well, it's a huge loss, right? I mean, those two are their main fast bowlers.
Right.
So it weakens their attack significantly. They've brought in Shardul Thakur to try and cover, but it's not quite the same.
No, not quite. And Mitchell Marsh is in the squad, but apparently he's only likely to bat, so no real bowling from him.
So that puts a lot of pressure on their spinners, doesn't it?
Exactly. And the report points out that Delhi's top order only has two left-handers, Porel and Patel.
Right.
So that means the Lucknow spinners will have to play a really important role.
Yeah, they're going to have to bowl well and control the middle overs.
Yeah. Now, the predicted Lucknow 11 looks like this. Arshan Kulkarni, Mitchell Marsh, Rishabh Pant, Nicholas Puran, Ayush Badoni.
Lots of batting.
David Miller.
Yeah, lots of batting.
Abdul Samad, Shardul Thakur, Rajvardhan Hangarjakar, Ravi Bishnoi, and Shamar Joseph.
Interesting.
So what do you think?
Well, as you said, they're very strong in batting.
Yeah.
But I do worry about their bowling attack, especially without Khan and Yadav.
Right.
I think a lot will depend on how well Bishnoi bowls and whoever partners him in the spin department.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got Akash Singh, Shabazz Ahmed, and Manomaran Siddharth as possible impact substitutes. So they do have some options there. But, I mean, going back to what we said earlier, I think this match really could come down to Lucknow's batting versus Delhi's bowling.
It's a classic matchup.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be fascinating to see who comes out on top.
All right. So, for everyone listening in, let's recap what we've learned.
Yeah, good idea.
Delhi Capitals. Strong bowling attack, some good batting options.
Especially if Rahul is fit.
Exactly. Lucknow. Weakened by injuries to their bowlers, but very strong in batting.
Right.
And then, of course, you have that whole intriguing subplot of former captains playing against their old teams.
It all adds up to a really compelling match, I think.
It does. So here's something for everyone to think about as we head into this game.
Okay.
What kind of surprises might we see from the captains?
Tactically, you mean?
Yeah, tactically. You know, given the strengths and weaknesses we've talked about and the uncertainty around Rahul's availability, what unexpected moves might they make?
That's a good question.
And what about the conditions in Visakhapatnam? How might they affect the game?
Right. I mean, we know the pitch there can be good for batting, but it can also offer something for the bowlers, especially under lights.
It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
Me neither.
Should be a great match.
It should.